Alright, what's up YouTube? Quick trade review for you guys here from quick trade I had this morning in Goldman. So this is a setup that I, myself and our team, we refer to this as the open level setup. So traded on Goldman Sachs this morning, guys. With the open level setup, the first thing you're looking to do is to simply identify where the stock is opening. So Goldman opened up here this morning, guys, right here at that 237 level. So that was the open, and regardless of whatever stock I'm watching, whatever sector it is, once I'm able to see, okay, here's where it opened today, I then come drop a line in here. So I got my orange line in here, and that's my kind of line in the sand. That's what I'm going to be focusing on for that setup. And what I'm looking for ideally, guys, is a few things. First thing I'm looking for, as I just mentioned, is to just simply identify that open. The second thing I'm hoping happens is that the stock begins to fall below its open. It begins to trade below its open. So we had that occur this morning in Goldman. Opened up at this level, and as you can see, we immediately began to kind of take a fall. However, the next thing I'm looking for is for that selling pressure to stop, the buyers to come in and push the stock back up to its open and above the open. And my trade on this, guys, is when I can identify those three things. Identify the open, the sellers push it lower than the open, it begins to trade lower, and then the buyers come back in, take control, and push the stock back and above the open. That's the open level setup, and that's my trade. So on this setup, what I'm looking for is a move back to the upside. So when I identify that dip, I identify that the buyers are regaining control, pushing the stock back up to the open. As soon as it crosses above its open, that's when I look to take my entry. So took the entry this morning right as we crossed over the open level and went long. So I bought some calls, next week's option calls for Goldman, took my entry here, and it was a nice smooth trade. Now, I didn't quite get to my profit target, actually was a bit ways off. Took my exit right here. However, it was a good exit because things just, despite the strong start, things were just not looking all that great. Now, Goldman Sachs is a financial stock, and here's really the key, guys. Anytime you're trading a stock, you don't want to be blind and look at nothing but that one individual name. So what I like to do is, even though my money is personally in Goldman Sachs, that's a financial stock, I want to keep my eye on the financial sector as well. I want to see strength in the whole group, in Goldman's peers. So while I'm in Goldman, I'm also watching Bank of America. And though Bank of America had a good start, it began to get weak a little bit before Goldman did. So that's not a good sign. That's Goldman's brother. They're in the same group. They kind of move in sync. When I see Bank of America start to take a nosedive back to the downside, that doesn't really give me much confidence in my Goldman long. And more importantly, take a look at the big picture. The sector, XLF, again, good start. However, weakness came in, big dip here. So that's why I took that profit off the table. I like to take that big picture look and make sure not just the stock I'm trading, but the group itself, its peers. I want them all to be supportive of what I'm hoping for. I'm looking for a continued move to the upside here in Goldman. It's going to be hard for Goldman to do that when its entire group, the family, the basket it belongs to, is taking a hit back to the downside. It's going to be tough for Goldman to truck forward higher when Bank of America is taking a hit. Things move in groups. There's a reason that Facebook and Netflix and Google and almost all tech stocks are down today. Things move in unison as a group. So not just for the open level setup, but a great way to quickly improve your trading is start taking that bigger picture look. Don't just have that kind of, that horse blinded look on the one stock you're trading. Rather, take the big picture look around the board and make sure, again, that the sector and, the names in that group are supportive of whatever kind of trade you have on. So took my exit here, guys, right after the open, and took my exit about 45 minutes later. and I didn't have a huge position on, but nonetheless, it was a winning trade. 22% return for a $300 profit, and nice and simple. The open level setup just continues to work well for myself and a lot of us in the chat room over at Focus Trades, and I'm looking forward to continuing to get better at this setup, executing on it, and I'll certainly be able to share more with you guys here on the YouTube page as well. So going to be an interesting rest of the week after today's weakness, but days like today where the SPY is taking a hit and the Qs are very weak, it creates opportunity down the road. So ugly today, beautiful tomorrow. That's the trade review for Goldman. Open level setup strikes again, and I hope you guys found this video helpful.